Welcome, this is Marianne Cusell, and in today's video, I'm just going to be offering you a couple of really powerful techniques to calm the nervous system that take no time at all. And often I notice that people who come to me who are suffering from past trauma, suffering from uncertainty, it's because the main lack is unhealed trauma, but it's also about not having a daily practice. And if you can get something that's quick and simple that you do on a regular basis, then your nervous system will strengthen. You'll create new neural pathways in the brain. You'll feel safer in your skin. And that's what we all want. So in today's lesson, I'm going to be asking you a couple of questions, and then you'll know whether this is perfect for you or not. The first question is, do you notice that you can get really upset if people don't understand you or listen to you? Just let that one land. Do you get upset in some way? You might get angry, irritated, frustrated. The second one, which triggers almost everybody, is when technology goes bad, when you can't do something that you're in a hurry to do or wanting to do, or your phone won't work, or the internet goes funny, or it slows down. Does that really trigger you? Another thing to consider is what's actually being really triggered. A lot of people always have this underlying fear of not being able to live their full potential, or a fear of failure in some way. Most people that own their own businesses or in senior level managers positions are struggling with these things. And of course, it causes addiction. It causes the body to crave self-soothing, whether it be alcohol or prescription drugs or cigarettes or whatever it is. It craves to be soothed in some way. So to understand, first of all, that your feelings are trying to give you feedback. And we're very complex people, because our first response or reaction, should I say, to be quick to anger, quick to judge, quick to blurt out something we later regret, comes from a place of instability in the emotional center somewhere. Perhaps you've come from a past that has been neglectful, or you felt you had to stand on your own 2 feet really young. Perhaps there's some deep sadness there that you're trying to avoid, because anger is one of the emotions that covers up sadness. And so what we need to do is just dig a little deeper to really understand what's going on in the body, in the nervous system, in the heart. The heart has more neurons than the brain, so is the gut. So if our gut health isn't happy, our mind won't be happy. So here's a couple of things you can do to have this daily practice. Now, we all know EFT tapping is one of my strongest modalities that I teach other coaches how to do it, and leaders as well. Because if it's good enough to use in the US military for the vets, and they use it in schools in Queensland here for children suffering from anxiety, obesity, learning disorders, all sorts of things. You can check it all out on my site if you want to learn more about EFT, emotional freedom tapping, but it focuses on the meridians in the nervous system. And so when we have dialogue that goes along with it, then we can calm the nervous system, having the mind and the body working together. There's another, an amazing doctor, Dr. Hugh, who created the Ho'oponopono prayer. Now, he only said 4 statements. You can read about him as well. He was a Hawaiian doctor that worked in a psychological ward. He never actually saw the patients. He just held their files and repeated the 4 words, "I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you." You may think this is all really weird and out there, right? But I can promise you this, when we tune inward and we just take that moment to self-inquire, work it out, understand ourselves from a deeper process, then we can sit in presence and we can feel happy that we're capable of coping with each area of our life. And so when we feel out of control and we get angry and we get frustrated, you might notice, if you did self-inquire, that there's an underlying issue there. There could be a fear of survival. And I often say to people, if you had loads of resources, loads of money, would we be having this conversation right now? Because there is an attachment to money that says, I'm safe. But I coach a lot of wealthy people that don't feel that way. So another illusion, perhaps. So number 1, the first thing that you can do, you don't have to know all the tapping points, but just around the side of the eyes, the fat of the eyebrow, side of the nose. If you push there, you'll notice it's a really big meridian. It's quite sore there. Top of the lip, bottom of the lip, heart chakra, just tapping around the 2 inches down from the throat, just tapping along the chest. And if you just repeat, putting your attention on the area of your life that you wish was different somehow. And you can say, I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry that I didn't have the courage to handle that better. Please forgive me for being upset. Thank you for understanding. I love you. Now, love is actually being measured by Dr. Stephen Hawking, was it David Hawkins, I think his name was, who does levels of consciousness. And his work is profound, being able to measure emotions with hertz. So he noticed that, and you'll also notice that music has a miracle tone called 528 hertz. So the love frequency, the miracle tone, is actually equivalent to 528 hertz. So this year, in my work, especially with the personal development courses that I run, I'm going to be focusing on people's love frequency. How much do you love what you do that makes your heart sing? That's your work. How much are you, do you have a really loving relationship with people, with perhaps yourself? Because if you don't have a loving relationship with yourself, then you can't have a really loving relationship with others unless you're wanting love from them. How much out of 10 do you have a loving relationship with your health, your emotional health, mental, physical health? How much out of 10 do you really care about yourself? And how much out of 10 do you feel you have a really loving relationship with your financial health? And then, of course, there's recreation. Where does your joy come from? So being 2022, it's the year of the 6. And in numerology and even Chinese metaphysics and astrology, this is the year ruled by Venus. Venus is the goddess of love. And Venus, the planet, looks after business and love. So the whole focus being on your love IQ, your love EQ, your love frequency is something I really encourage everyone to look at. So the more we self-inquire, the higher our self-awareness goes up, the more we have the capability to actually look at tools and techniques that we can use on a daily basis to calm the nervous system, to actually understand ourselves. The second thing to do every day is to stretch the body, because the body holds pain. And if you've got pain in your body, there's stuck trauma there, whether it be your belief system, what you're feeling and not acknowledging. And I had a talk to a yoga teacher yesterday, and I said to her that the psychology, even the philosophy of yoga, is really understanding the more we can be present in the body, then the better life will flow. So stretch your body every day, whether it be holding on to the side of the kitchen bench for 2 minutes and stretching out with your arms and your legs. If you do that, you'll certainly know whether you've got stuck stuff in there. Going for a good walk, doing yoga, of course, is the absolute go-to if you're looking to improve your life. And number 3, always take time when you wake up in the morning by placing your hand on your heart, and even both hands, and just come home to yourself. Breathe for a moment. Calm your nervous system. Another thing you can do, of course, is hold your right arm. Just say, I've got you. So if you want to actually grow internally, feel safer in your skin, perhaps achieve some goals that you've given up on yourself with, and you want to increase your love frequency, your love IQ, your love relationship with yourself and others, even create a loving relationship, it all comes from self-awareness and self-worth. And every week online, I will be running a group session where we'll be doing EFT tapping, quantum healing, neurolinguistics programming, everything to change the energy emotionally, physically, psychologically for you, so you can make this year the best yet. So if you want to be a part of something like that, it's you can just join month to month. It's really, really cost effective. Please consider it. It's live and interactive on Zoom. It's a really safe space. And check out the links, and I'll look forward to supporting you. I hope that's helpful for you. Much love to you.